Page 159. This is exercise or study number 6. This one is in the key of G major, 2/4 time. All the F's are sharp, well, most of them. I'd like to point out a few things. I don't really feel like I need to be pointing out all these kinds of things. Once you reach this level of music, you ought to be able to recognize this stuff pretty much, but I'll point out a few little things just to be sure you've got them. At the beginning, right hand first, rhythm, 1E and a 2E and a. 1E and a 2. See, the D comes on 2. 1E and, the G's on and, 1E and a 2 staccatos. Third measure over, 1E and a 2E. That is an F sharp. That's the chord. There. Next measure, 1E and a. And those are fourth fingers on those notes. That's important because that's the chord. Second line, this run. They want you to start with second finger. Okay. Crossover, and then second measure, it's 1-3. That puts you back where you were. Third line, second measure, you're up here. C sharp, and then you have this D major scale going up. So you can play the scales. These things are really easy. If you can't play the scales, you're struggling. Now, on these runs like this, you need to be able to play these smoothly and evenly and connected and all that junk. Well, if you're doing the accents and the wrist drop in the scale videos that I'm pointing out, it actually helps do this. You just automatically will do it. So on this run, the C sharp gets a natural accent. It's on the beat. Ba, ba, and accent the beat. And if you drop the wrist a little bit, that would help too. I'm exaggerating the accent. I'm forcing it. And that's what you do at the beginning. You force the accent, and then later on you feel the accent. You just feel the beat. There, and then as you get more comfortable with it, you don't accent intentionally. You just feel it. There. Like so, start to finish, no glitches, no wrong notes, no hesitations, no nothing. Speed is not important, accuracy is important. Speed is up to you, you deal with it later. Now on the fourth line down, then the left hand gets to play along too. Now these notes in this first measure, the fourth line in the left hand, it's a D major arpeggio or chord, and I recommend fourth finger on the F sharp, not third. The next measure is okay with third. It's a different chord. And then you got this run in the left hand, slow and easy, and do the accents. Now watch this fingering. It may not be quite what you think it is. The next to the last line, there at the beginning, thumb on the D, and then second finger on the D, you just take these slow and easy until you get them, and you gradually speed it up. That's where a metronome comes in handy. Starting with the last measure of the fourth line is here. You just gradually speed it up. Now I'm forcing the accents right now. What you want to do is feel them. You don't accent it, you feel it. And the accent will just happen. Last line. Now we're back to the right hand doing this thing and the first measure here. Then what, third finger on the half note. Frankly, I think it's better if you played fourth, because if you do that, then you're in position to do third finger on the first 16th note. They want third finger on that one. So if you do fourth finger on the half note, you're in position for that. Now if you do third finger on that, then I recommend you play the first 16th note with second finger. And then scrunch up a little bit and use fifth. It's your choice. I recommend fourth finger on the half note. here, and then you can go it. This last run, tricky, watch out. It's here, cross over, and then it's just a G major scale. Like so, and slow and easy, because it's got to be no wrong notes, no hesitations, no nothing, and you gradually speed it up over time. Now, try and do the dynamics after you get to know it a little bit, because you're starting out soft. Now, with this type of a piece, usually the running part is what you want to hear, but at the beginning, this chord, soft. And hold these notes down the right length. That quarter note in the left hand is, bring it up when you play the D. Right there. And the staccato is a wrist staccato or finger staccato. You decide what you want to do. Now we're going to crescendo a little bit. Don't crescendo a lot real quick. Take your time with it. Just like in the last two measures of the first line. The first measure, stay down, stay soft. Next measure, go up just a little bit. Maybe medium soft. And then your medium loud here. And then in the second measure, you're going back down to soft. Now again, the left hand, hold it down for one beat. Right there, you bring it up when you play the A in the right hand. Third line down, second measure, this is medium loud, the so. That's what they say, I don't know. One E. See the treble clef in the right, left hand? They threw one at you. I don't catch you. Fourth line, now you're loud. And these are half notes. Now in the right hand, you're going to hold them down for the whole thing. And then in the next to the last line, on the third measure, you come back down to a soft. After you've learned the notes and all that, you could do that first. Now you're back to where you were at the beginning. And then in the last line, the third measure, you're starting soft and you're going to crescendo. They don't tell you how loud to crescendo. You can go on up to a loud if you want. So just take your time. The third measure is going to be soft. Next measure is medium soft. Next measure is medium loud, and the last measure is loud. That's where you're headed. All of that is to get to that last note. Boom. So you're flowing to there. Boom. Right there. And that's one beat. One beat. And then lift up high. Yeah, okay. And that's basically the piece. As far as speed goes, these speeds in these studies, you take it your speed. You start slow because that's accuracy is what we're after here. Accents, wrist drops, drop the wrist on the accent when you're learning this. Exaggerate it at first, and as you get it and as you speed it up, then you're not going to drop the wrist as much. You're going to feel it, but you want a loose wrist. Don't play with a stiff wrist all the time. But anyway, let's try this out very, very, very slowly together. I don't know that we really need to do that, but I'll go ahead and do it. If you want to play along, go ahead. Maybe one hand at a time if you need to start. That's okay too. 1, 2, ready, and go. And 1, and... rest, repeat. Rest, 2.